Check 1, 2, 3. Welcome everyone to another quick Linux live stream. This book, the thumbnail and here, I actually brought that some 10 years ago. It fits a little bit the Siemens schedule, maybe nice read, although some things maybe partially controversy, as all the Git fins probably be triggered that they have here. Why does it not scroll now? It was scrolling earlier. Anyway, like Subversion and stuff. But anyway, also they have some Java implemented, x86 implemented. Anyway, my point is beautiful code and continuing to maintain our code beautiful. Case in point, here our Linux shell script, and I continued already. So what I certainly we try to keep some style. So what is useful, right? This is useful, beautiful code that you can maintain it. Obviously, I mean, first you can write it. Number one, starting with writing, right? The more beautiful you write it, the better you can write it to begin with, then maintain and other people to understand. And also in open source, attracting other people, but also even commercial. So before you say, yeah, open source, they have too much time to make their code beautiful. Also in companies, of course, the cost of maintenance, that new employees can work on stuff, right? If everything is not properly formatted and left and right. And believe me, I've seen this. I mean, even in open source stuff, but also in some business, probably most people would probably usually agree that lots of commercial, especially not AAA commercial, but some medium-sized, but even probably Tesla and stuff, and now Twitter under Elon Musk's supervision of firing everyone and so on, are probably not always the most beautiful. So, excuse me, still need to get healthy. So what I continue to do, so our code, not that bad, but considering that hundreds of people worked on this over the last 20 years, what annoys me a little bit for quite a while, I'm already the third, fourth, fifth time I do quite some white space cleanup, and I was, that's of course very small thing, right? I totally understand this, don't get me wrong, not saying this is the most innovative stuff. Also I find shell scripting pretty useful for administrative tasks, much more readable and maintainable than Perl and Python or so. But so I cleaned quite some stuff already in style, and this is also, this white space stuff here is trivial. And of course I did this with AD. There are shell indenters and stuff, but I don't really want to change everything this way. Theoretically, you could, if you start a new project, you could constantly in continuous integration throw it through some indentation tools. But for quite a while I was wondering if I should touch this here. It's hundreds of places. And so it's just about all this white space, right? And the problem is, I mean, it's mostly unfortunately the downside, right? The more we touch here, the more will break, right? The only constant is change and regressions, just what I hate. And of course, SEDing this stuff, not being a real indentation tool, caused some bugs, right? I over substituted some find stuff, and then I manually fixed already some things. And there is of course the net benefit of long-term maintenance and attracting people, right? So it's a nicer code looks and is readable the more people you attract. Excuse me, it has not been my week. And the chances, of course, that we break too much stuff, right? You over substitute some stuff. Also, you over substitute in SED, like find invocations, SED and so on. You can easily mess up pattern matching and so on if you're not carefully reviewing that. And I was thinking, should I really do it or not? But I said, then I decided in the end, okay, it's finally, I've done so much white space cleanup stuff. I do this, hopefully one last major thing. It's, and I would say, I mean, it's always best to start with that, right? So it's quite some, I also have packages, so it's quite some hundreds, 200 changes. Plus packages, so it's like, yeah, it's 500 things of all of this. And I decided, yes, for going forward, I just want this to have looked nicer, right? There's nothing worse, like you want to fix something, work on something, and you open it, it's like you need to throw up because of everything is white space messed up and not indented properly. So it's just here in this backticks and more modern expansion here. Process expansion, what is it called? And I was even thinking actually quite a while when I was in an airplane the other day, should we do it or not? And like if you have sometimes it's really nice to have like 30, 60 minutes of just thinking about something. And I came to the conclusion, yes, it is ugly, because I was thinking, is it really that bad, all those white spaces? And I mean, normally you would not, like there are of course language styles, if you write English, French, German and stuff, where you have punctuation. And I would say it's simply bad style to put everywhere spaces where they don't belong. You also don't do that in, if you write a letter, like imagine you write a book, and everywhere like you start, like the beginning of each paragraph is like one white space shifted. This is why I decided, yes, it's actually now we do this now once and be done with it, to have also better example, right? People find our code with Googling constantly, from ARM to RISC-V over Little Endianness, IBM PowerPC and stuff. And then I also want people that learn and see, wow, you can even shellcode write nicely and systematically and readable and stuff. And then people copy and paste stuff or write their own project. Because so often I look at other people's stuff, initRD, one of the other 1970 volumes distributions, build scripts and stuff. And usually they are verse, I would say. And of course, when I see others people's code, I think, oh wow, how can this be so messed up? I obviously want to set a better example. And I mean, initially I was wondering, oh man, this day and age, crazy times. I need my off-grid cabin and breathe fresh air. I would actually say it improves readability, because initially I was wondering, does it hurt readability? But I have to say, if you're new to this stuff, this minus lines of this div, this minus goes in, this plus goes out, right? It also makes some stuff more compact, or usually it makes stuff more compact, helping here with this overlong lines. But I would also usually say, actually that is interesting, the first time I see that here, that probably, this is GNU.org, I would hope, this is kind of stuff regressions, right? But I would hope this would still work. Even here, I mean, this is, yeah. Anyway, it's not so big so I was just wanted to share this, especially that there are reading commendations. People often ask books. I mean, but even in this book, although it is beautiful code, there's also beautiful data and a couple of others. Why is scrolling not working here? This is a little bit funnier. Just scroll around a little bit. Now it works again. Yeah, it was an interesting read. Of course, even for me, not each language, especially Java, was my taste. But nonetheless, I would suggest people more often read some proper write-ups and get some examples to learn some new stuff. Yeah, so unfortunately my coughing is worse than I thought. Just wanted to share this, so I will continue to sort a little bit. On a related note, I'm actually really irritated that, like, diff, that actually I should actually check if Subversion, but there is color diff. I wanted actually to have some highlighting thing here. There's of course color diff, which I should probably package. Color diff? I think it's called color diff, right? But this is so low-hanging fruit, right? This is even, I mean, just, I mean, like, maybe there's more to it, but like, it's not rocket science to color positive lines green and negative lines, right? Or so. What I really wanted was vert diff colored, like, I'm seeing this, right? This kind of stuff. Why do you not use syntax highlighting for your bloody VI? It's like, yeah, I can read code, right? And syntax. I mean, yeah, beautiful code and syntax highlighting. I mean, I can read beautiful code without syntax highlighting. But I mean, this red-green is like, seriously, it's, I kind of, doesn't hit me. What I really was after was like highlighting these changes here within a line, right? And Git can do that. And I'm really wondering, we have stuff, I mean, that, I should check Subversion. But yeah, Git does it now. This is kind of stuff like, why this, you always wonder, I mean, we have dozens of Unix clones, programming languages, and so on, but like default diff stuff, and color diff doesn't do that, and it needed 20 years for Git to arrive to have. I mean, sure, some visual diff stuff like KDiff3 or stuff probably could do that for a while, but it's like, yeah, this kind of stuff's like due. Why is it not the thing? And even in this color diff not, but anyway. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this. I need to recover. I hope I can talk more, but my throat is way too much scratching, and then it's not even fun for you to watch. So I hope you learned something. I continue. Don't forget to subscribe, download the Linux distribution for playing along at home, and see you next time.